Well, here we are with yet another Colalife update video, and in the very distinguished situation of the Royal Society of Medicine. We're in drinks here after a terrific presentation from Simon with, hello, hi, who are we in conversation with?
My name's Claire. I'm a third year medical student from King's.
I'm Mohammed. I'm a third year medical student also from King's.
I'm Gerard Greg Smith, and I have a business called GGS Associates.
Right, I'll just ask Simon first off. What were the points you were trying to get across here? There was obviously medical relevance, but all sorts of other ones as well.
Yeah, I was very anxious about the medical reference because this is the first time I've ever given the Colalife story to a bunch of people who know what they're talking about in the medical field. But yeah, I just wanted... the key points were, you know, the way the Colalife has developed, the way we've been very open with the idea and shared it with a load of people, and how that has given us unexpected power. I mean, we were gathering people because we wanted to get Coca-Cola's attention. We achieved that quite early on, but gathering people around the idea has also given us much more confidence in the idea. It's made the idea better. So it's been, so I wanted to get that across. Also, this issue of child mortality, it's been with us for decades, and frankly it hasn't got a lot better over those decades, which tells me that what we're doing at the moment isn't that effective. We need to obviously carry on what we're doing and, you know, carry on making things better and better year by year, but that isn't enough. We need innovation, and we need to think about doing things differently. And so that's what Colalife is about. It's about working with, you know, stakeholders from different sectors. We're talking about the Ministry of Health here, we're talking about Coca-Cola, we're talking about NGOs and funders to actually try a different approach. We don't want to replace all the good work that's already going on, but we just want to give it a boost, or at least see if we can give it a boost. And the next step's going to be a trial, hopefully in Zambia, where we can bottom out some of the sort of, you know, remaining questions about, you know, basically, will this work? You know, what are the key limiting factors? Is the Coca-Cola distribution system as good as we think it is, and so on and so forth.
So can I just ask some of the people here you're chatting with, what's your interest in this? What questions and ideas were coming up in your mind?
I was interested by the social marketing aspect of it, and one of the questions I had, which I didn't get a chance to ask, although I did ask a couple of questions, was, is this, there seems to be a mixture of charitable funding and charitable motives and for-profit motivations, and how does that balance work?
Yeah, well, it's a very good question. I mean, the underlying fact is that the people we're trying to get these anti-diarrhea kits to cannot afford, at the moment, the world price for those kits. So we are going to need an ongoing subsidy. Now, that subsidy can be reduced over time by local manufacture, by effectively reducing the cost of the whole thing, and also through development activities, so you can increase the ability of people to pay. So, but there will be this need for subsidy. Now, we've got all sorts of ideas on that. Initially, for the pilot, we think we can get that subsidy from a foundation, but we need a sustainable way of generating that subsidy for the next 2 decades. And we've got all sorts of ideas. Well, it's not all sorts. Actually, we've got one idea, and that idea is that you develop that pod. The aid pod is quite a distinctive and attractive shape, and maybe you could develop a product for developed markets, and I include middle-class African markets in that, a parallel product, which would be sold on a buy one, subsidised several basis. So you'd be appealing to the ethical consumer, and you would create, and the benefit to the person who produced that product would be, you know, increased brand value in terms of being, you know, pioneering and innovative and ethical, and that value is probably about the same sort of value as we need to subsidise the kits on an ongoing basis. Now, that's just one idea. We do need to find a way of subsidising this on a sustainable basis.
Can I ask what interested you about the presentation and how it relates to what you're doing at the moment?
Well, yeah, I'm a medical student, but I intercalated in international health last year and spent an entire year studying child mortality and the MDGs and why we're not on track and how we're not doing enough. And I think the thing which stood out most is that it's clear medicine's not lacking. We're there with it. We know what we're supposed to be doing. It's just not happening, which I think was a key feature of the talk today. And why isn't it? Because it's not that's behind. How can we make these medicines more available? How can you actually turn aid into not make it aid, make it a commodity, like what Simon was talking about, how make it more marketable, make it more of a business, which I think is such an incredible and exciting part of this project, and I really do believe it has such potential. It is a time when, we need drastic change, but we also need innovation, and I think it's got huge potential. Looking forward to seeing where it goes and helping out as much as possible to make this happen.
Anything else?
We come from a similar perspective, myself and Claire. I got into medicine because of drugs, not those street drugs, pharmaceuticals per se. One of the things I was looking at really was HIV. When HIV drugs are there, some of the patents have expired, so you can get generic drugs. But yet the drugs are still not getting to places where they really need the most. And I was really inspired by the Clinton Foundation, where they work on the basis of bulk purchasing and payment guarantees for pharmaceutical companies to try and get the drugs out to places where they're needed. And to an extent, that's working. However, I really feel with this project that it's such a simple idea. Just get the pods in the Coca-Cola bottles, And I've grown up in different countries across the world, and so is Claire here. And what we have noticed is no matter where you are, you can get Coke everywhere. And with this product, you can't just attach the drugs onto the Coke. It just increases the delivery of the product. Of the drugs per se, and I think that's such a great thing. It's such an exciting project, and we'd love to be part of it.
Great. And Simon, I noticed online, of course, that you've just launched a new engagement and fundraising. Do you want to give a little plug for that?
Yeah, a plug for the Buzz Bank. Yeah, it's a very exciting project. Colalife has been about people engaging with what we're doing. Well, now, rather than just give us money, they can buy products from us. So you can get a Colalife T-shirt, and you can buy a model aid pod. Unfortunately, I don't have a sample here, but all those who are desperate to get, an aid pod into their hands now can donate some money and get one. Yeah. So the Buzz Bank was launched yesterday, and we hope that will just keep us going. The funding we raised from that will just keep us going from now until we can get the substantial funding we'll need to run the pilot.